Yeah. Thank you very much. Maybe to start with, entiendo que muchos de vosotros habláis español. Voy a dar la presentación en inglés, pero por si acaso queréis preguntar algo o explicar algo en español, no es un problema, pero vale, lentamente, por favor. Now, let's do this. Right. Okay. I have here the slide to like what is who am I and what is Passwd, but I guess that has been explained. But yeah, Passwd is a team password manager for Google Workspace, and my title is the CEO. Maybe to give you like some helpful context for later, my day is mostly meeting with people, making decisions, shipping the product, and handling the company. Basically, as one of my colleagues put it, I'm an assistant with admin rights. But who am I not? I'm not an AI expert. I used AI since maybe like GPT-3, and although I was, like fascinated by it, I never really hype AI, to be honest. From school, I knew because I'm a software engineer by training. I knew it's like a stupid neural network technology from maybe like 60s or 70s. So nothing really to be that excited about. But of course, the development over the especially like past 2 or 3 years has been massive. So here is that. I'm not an expert, and also this what I am going to show you is not my idea. There are like numerous articles on Twitter and Medium about this, and my implementation is, at least in my eyes, like far inferior. Have more. You can see plenty out there. That's also like probably a good thing for you that in case you would like to implement this, you can just Google it, and there are like really a lot of guides that probably will be better. Okay, so here's a problem I had. I used since the beginning AI for some coding, but mostly for ideation, brainstorming, research, all these kind of things. But every AI output felt wrong. Like the emails were really poorly written. I had to explain all the context every time, like who am I, what we are doing, and all that stuff. The projects and folders that came at the beginning to GPT, that helped, but not that much. I, again, always had to explain everything from the beginning. And I needed to create some permanent memory where I could, like write down the context and everything, and the AI could just, pull it for itself. And then that's where Obsidian comes in. That's the like first part of what I'm going to show here. Basically, it's a note-taking app where you write in Markdown. You can link all the notes together, and that creates some kind of like brain-like structure. And I heard someone, I'm not sure if that was a question or not. Probably not. All right, I will move on. And okay, so Obsidian, it's nothing new. It has been around for quite a while, I believe, at least from like 2020. And it, like I first heard about it in, like 2021 from a colleague that started using it. And for me, it was always so compelling to use it, like write down my notes and write down my thoughts. And I read a book, I will write down what I learned or what was interesting, and then like link it together. But boy, am I lazy. Like I don't want to spend an hour a day writing down notes, updating links between notes, updating notes about people and my interactions with them. It's like, I really want that, but I just can't do that. And that's actually where AI comes in, because, LLMs in general are so good with text, far better than I am. So AI is like the second part of the puzzle. I don't have to write down stuff to the Obsidian myself. I just, tell Claude or basically any other LLM you would use to write it down himself. He can link the files and keep them up to date. All the stuff that I just can't do because, well, again, I'm lazy, not that organized, and well, I suck at that. So yeah, and the third part of the puzzle are like the sources, all the data, all the tools you work with, which again, in my case, from my role, is unfortunately mostly emails, Slack messages, Google Meets when I meet with people, and probably some documents I write. And of course, you may have like different tools or have different outputs of your work. But if it's text, every piece of text you write or that you receive is something useful that AI can work with. In case of, for example, the meetings, automated transcripts may be enough. In again, your case, it's maybe a bit easier because definitely Spanish is supported out of the box by Google Meet and Gemini. I have my meetings half in English. That's perfect. That works well. Half in Czech. That sucks hard. And yeah, those transcripts are usually just funny. So there are some tools that I use to get around the Czech barrier. I just probably won't mention it here because it won't be actually that relevant. So yeah, here to maybe recap the architecture. What I have, there are like three main elements. Obsidian, that's where all the nodes are. Claude, that's like the motion that keeps running. And the source is the like raw text data that I feed it. Now, that's great. That's also like what you can probably read in most of the articles. But the hard part is like, how do you start? Because obviously you can set up everything. So first you'll need Obsidian. It's free. You can download it for Mac, Windows. They have mobile apps, everything. So that's like really fine. One of the big advantages why I opted out for Obsidian is because it works with local files and it works with Markdown, which again, AI is great with Markdown. With like local files, it's great that it's really cheap. You don't have to use some like MCP or API or whatever that burns like really so much tokens. And then I can I again use like the whole Mac ecosystem. So I just have it saved on iCloud and it syncs to, for example, to my mobile or to my iPad. But you could use OneDrive or Dropbox for that as well. Again, you could probably use even some kind of different app like Notion or Google Docs would also work. It's just it will be probably really expensive on all the AI tokens. Then obviously you need some kind of LLM. I use Claude. Well, not really know why, but historically it was the first one that got the tools working. But again, you can easily use GPT, though that have tools right now as well. Gemini, I guess so as well, but to be honest, I haven't really tried it in a while. But yeah, that's not really important. All of them worked really great with text. And of course, then you need the sources. For me, mainly it's like Gmail and Slack. But as I said, connect anything you use, either for the meetings or if you, again, work with, for example, code in your case, even the code can be some kind of source. It can pull some data on you. How do you like to write the code? How do you write code reviews, for example? What do you write in? What's your language? Everything you write where you produce text output is really valuable. So that's like the easy part. That's setting up everything. now it's time to like seed it. So at the beginning, I followed the advice that was in most of the articles. That was like, dump everything on it, and it will, make sense of it. Which I kind of did. I dumped, all the documents that we have like in text are, and of course are like safe for AI to work with. So like I know brand manual, some pitch decks, product documentations, and whatever other documents I work with like daily. And I also recorded like 15-minute voice memo, because again, in that scenario, it was actually the easiest part to like record it. And I like blabbered about everything I do. What's my job? Who am I? How do I approach things? What outputs I like? How do I approach problem solving? All that kind of stuff. And in the end, I connected the sources. So it has, like fresh data coming in. I gave him a list of people I work with that are like, I work with daily. What are their jobs? I let him pull like what are their, for example, Slack IDs, so he can pull the conversations, and for example, then as I later show, pull for example to-dos for me. And that was it. I let him do the job. Again, it's especially at the beginning, it's really expensive token wise, but yeah, then it's actually really simple, and you can just put it on autopilot, because I have like Claude Code routine that then runs every night. For me, it's like every work night, obviously, to check all the sources and to update the world, to link everything together, and give me like small briefing for the next day. I think I have the output later on. I have it ready first thing in the morning. It reminds me to, for example, ask questions on meetings I have the next day, or it gives me to-dos I should not forget. It's not something that would save me from writing my to-dos, obviously, not yet, but still, it sometimes catches something I previously missed. Now, how to organize everything. So for example, this is a screenshot from like my vault. This is a tricky part that actually really depends on you, and I'm happy to discuss this later on. For me, the most important are like company, people, and meetings from, again, the context of my job. Here, I had to censor some part, but these are, for example, like signals. That's a file I also use a lot. There are like some really important things I discuss and I should stay on top of. Here, this is it's actually from yesterday. So it's something like we discussed in marketing and sales thing that some fuck up we have to fix, and or something we released and now we have to like migrate the people. So how are we going to approach it? And again, this is something I have somewhere written down. It can remind me, and and it can remind me. Now, this is, if I use the analogy, my like second work brain, but you can build one yourself for your hobbies, personal life, whatever you want. I definitely plan to build some kind of second brain or wiki for my hobbies or my personal life. Haven't done that yet. Rarely have the time. But definitely something you can do. And again, this comes from like the nature of your work. This is how it looks in the end. To be honest, I've been using this for maybe like 2-3 months. So it it starts to grow over time. You can see there obviously some orphan files, but otherwise it's like pretty well linked together. And the links are also useful then for the AI, because when I ask it something that, when we discussed this, or who we discussed this with whom, it can link the things together. And it can, for example, see, I discussed this with a person in marketing and sales meeting. Right, okay, I can pull data on the person and, for example, see, okay, it's this person in Slack. I can read some messages from him. Or, for example, I have this personal writing style with like these people because, or with this person, because I know it's a colleague of mine of 5 years, while I have like completely different writing style with, for example, new leads or existing customers. Right. Now, how to make this better? How to like improve this setup? For me, at the moment, it's like run it on a server, because right now everything obviously runs on my machine. So like just some cheap VPS would be enough. So I don't have to carry my laptop like this all the time. Also, like, this solves the memory problem. This whole setup basically only solves the problem that my Claude, as my personal assistant, kept forgetting all the things. I don't have to start each conversation from scratch. Right. Okay. Some final questions I came up with. First, isn't this just like Claude MD file? Which the answer, technically, yes. Yes, I could store all this information in Claude MD. However, I may not want to start each like Claude chat with or every conversation with all the context. My vault, as you saw before on the graph, is like kind of small still, yet it's already like 2 megabytes of text. That's not something I want to seed in like really every conversation. I usually want to start from scratch, really with like small Claude MD file with only like little brief context about myself, and then when he needs it, he can pulls the data that are relevant. Next, is it an AI employee? Does it like run half my business, as people on Twitter or TikTok advertise? Well, no, and it probably won't for quite a while. But what it does, it's that it does help me produce better outputs and produce them faster. And will it last? Well, I kind of hope not. I believe this will be obsolete in a couple of years. And well, I was actually worried that it's going to be obsolete before this talk that we agreed like 2 or so months ago. So far, the 2 months it survived. But in my opinion, the models itself will solve like this whole memory and context problem. We just won't have that much control over it. We can see it and visualize it. But I really do believe that this for sure will be quite easily solved by them. Right? Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah. Again, if you like really search for it, there are multiple Reddit posts, Medium posts, everything where the same thing is actually explained, maybe even explained better than I did. And so yeah, if it's something that spark interest in you, and it's something you wish to build, online there are so many resources to do that. So yeah, I would encourage you to actually do that, because at least for me, this was like one of the really good AI use cases apart from coding, which is kind of obvious.
Perfect. No question then?
All right, cool. Yeah.
Thank you, Marek.
Then thank you, man.
Super cool. And we'll publish in our YouTube channel and share with the rest of our mates. And if we have any question, we'll send to you. Okay?
Yeah, of course. If you have any questions later on, or if you have some issues building that, or you're interested in something, or even if you find, like anything cool that some cool use case I missed, happy to hear about that. I guess you could, guess my work email pretty easily. All right. Amazing. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Marek. Gracias.
Yeah.